Extraordinary story about a young woman who survived a near-fatal accident, and now she's a rising star on the concert stage. NBC's Peter Alexander has her remarkable story.
She's been called a virtuoso, praised for the passion she brings to her music, admired for her ability to connect with audiences.
I really believe that music, especially classical music, really uplifts us. It really is nourishing to our souls.
Rachel Barton Pine began playing the violin at 3 after her parents took her to a church concert. It was love at first sight.
I started really just as a hobby. I just became absolutely obsessed by it to the point where my parents were saying things like, "Don't you want to put that thing down and go ride your bike?"
That obsession paid off. By 10, Rachel was already performing with one of the world's most acclaimed orchestras, the Chicago Symphony, and soon began winning international competitions. Stardom seemed certain. That all changed on a January morning in 1995. Rachel, then just 20, was getting off a train near Chicago when her violin strap got caught in the doors. She was pulled underneath, one leg amputated, the other severely damaged.
I was kind of transported to a place that I guess you would have to call it a near-death experience. And I really had the choice to either stay there or come back. I knew I wanted to come back because I knew that there were so many things that I still wanted to accomplish with my life.
It's been a long and painful recovery, more than 40 surgeries.
Gosh, if somebody had told me 14 years ago that 14 years later, they wouldn't have quite finished putting me back together yet, I would have said, "You've got to be kidding. That's not possible."
Barton Pine has fought to rebuild her career. She's recorded 15 critically acclaimed albums, her latest, A German Bouquet, due out next week, and performs around the globe, traveling as many as 200 days a year.
Do you ever allow yourself to think what might have been, what you may have lost professionally?
Honestly, I really don't. You know, it's so esoteric to think, well, what would life have been if this hadn't happened? All we can do is do the best with what we have and focus on the present and the future and make the most of our lives.
Critics say she's playing better than at any point in her career.
Her performances never feel phoned in to me. There's a depth of musicality, a real feeling for phrase, for tone quality, that I think is quite unusual.
Also unusual, her passion for heavy metal music. Barton Pine is as much a fan of Metallica and Slayer as she is of Beethoven and Bach. She even has her own heavy metal band, Earth and Grave.
I get to improvise in a different way than I do playing classical music. I'm inventing notes right up there on stage.
Barton Pine says she's enjoying a renaissance, personally and professionally. She's happily married and has started a foundation to help young musicians in need, a cause close to her heart.
I knew that I could never fully repay those who helped me when I was a student, but I always dreamed of someday being able to help other students who might be in similar circumstances.
Visiting schools, she also hopes to inspire a new generation to find its own voice.
I'm learning from them as they're discovering music, and it really just keeps me energized.
And determined to be an ambassador of classical music wherever she goes.
My dreams have come true. I'm playing the music that I love and traveling around the world, sharing music with people and learning more new music every day.
A dream nearly lost, now fulfilled. For today, Peter Alexander, NBC News, Chicago.